Live from the Civic Center in Atlanta, Georgia, Doc Mckenzie and the Gospel Highlights.
Isn't God good? Won't he bring you through? Make no difference what the problem is. He can work it out. I got something I want to ask you out there, those of you that have been through the storms of life. Have anybody ever seen any hard times? Huh? But I want to ask you a question. Through your hard times in life, are you still holding on? Huh? Have you been tried in the fire? Well, yes. Have you been tried in the fire? Have you been tried in the fire? Can anybody tell me? Many people claim to know this Christian race. But tell me, how can you know it when you never bow down to pray? Have you been tried in the fire? Can I get a witness? Yes. Oh, yeah. Have you been tried in the fire? Have you been tried in the fire? I want to know. Converted, and you want the world to know, you don't really have to tell it, just live it and they will know. Have you been tried in the fire? I got a witness right here. Yes. Can I get another witness out there? Have you been tried in the fire? Have you been tried in the fire? You know one thing, when you start to live for the Lord, people try to find fault about you, don't they? Huh? Seems like when you try to do good, somebody will find some bad in it somewhere. And don't you know a lot of people has turned around because of other folk talking about it? But it's good to know it for yourself. Am I right about it? Huh? Folk talked about me. But one thing I know, I got a race to run. Huh? When they talk about me, sister, and try to say I'm not this or I'm not that, you know what I stand on? A verse that says, I know I'm got religion. I belong to a noisy crew. Y'all know what I do? I shout when I get happy. Oh, that's the way we Christians do. Have you been tried? Oh yeah, in the fire. Can I get a witness out? Oh yeah. Y'all know what I'm singing about. Have you been tried in the fire? Have you been tried in the fire? I won't know. Have you been good to any of you? If God has been really good, can somebody talk to him right now and say, Lord, you've been good to me? Didn't sound like you've been good to too many people out there. But if you know God has been good to you, can you raise that hand and say, Lord, you've been good to me? Lord, you've been good. I like the way the sister said this thing. Lord, you've been good. But you know, I believe a lot of you said that because I asked you to. But I'm wondering how many of you can raise your hand on your own or stand up and tell God, thank you for one more day. Yeah, yes, sir. Ain't God good? Say yes. You've been good. Raise your hands and thank you, Lord, for one more day. Thank you, Lord, for bringing me through. Thank you, Lord, for God Almighty here. You know, it's good to raise your hand. It's good to let the Lord use you. We don't know when we might get this chance again. But I want to know, does any of you here tonight believe in miracles? Do you believe that God will work it out? I want to ask you a question. How many of you here tonight don't mind praising God? And I'd like to tell you about a miracle that happened right there in New York City. One day a little 3-year-old girl was playing around in the window up on 4th floor. And the little girl messed around and missed her hook. And she fell down to the ground. Somebody tell me, ain't God good? When the little girl fell, some of the bystanders ran and called the ambulance. The ambulance came, picked the little girl up, rushed on down to the nearest hospital, laid in the doctor's arms. When the doctors examined the little girl through and through, they couldn't find no broken bones. The little girl kept on telling them, I didn't fall. I didn't fall. Are y'all going to pray with me? But one of the bystanders was standing there. She said to the doctor, Doctor, I knew she fell. I saw her when she was on her way down. You better examine her again. They put the little girl back on the table and examined her body again. Still, they couldn't find no broken bones. They examined the little girl and began to talk to her. They said, little girl, I want you to tell us the truth now. The little girl said, I already told you that I didn't fall. I didn't fall. Are you going to pray with me? Ain't God good? They said, little girl, if you didn't fall, can you tell us what happened to you? The little girl said, all I know She said, a man caught me. Ain't God good? Ain't God good? But y'all know what they did? They didn't want to take the little girl's word. They didn't think that she was telling the truth. It's a little girl. There's no way that a man can catch you from falling 4 stories high. But this little girl, being you the victim, we gotta take your word. They said, if a man caught you, and listen now, if a man caught you, can you describe him to us? Tell her what kind of clothes was he wearing? What kind of shoes did he have on? We gotta catch that man. The little girl got a little nervous in, and she looked down and she said, Mister, all I know, he was standing down there, dressed in white, with his arms wide open, telling me to come home. Come on. Good God, good. I wish I had somebody to pray with me. I know the master's good. And y'all know what she said? She said she can't describe the man. What we got to do now, we got to go down to the press, run an ad in the newspaper, saying the man, they caught the little girl. Come on down to headquarters and get your reward. Sister, I stopped by to tell you, 1 week went by, and the man never came. 2 long weeks went by, still the man still didn't come. Now I understand why the songwriter said, you can't hurry God, but God man. 3 long weeks went by. Are y'all praying with me? 3 long weeks went by, and the man still didn't come. Y'all know what they did? They discharged the little girl and sent her on home with mama. But sister, one day the little girl and her mother went walking over to her aunt's house. And just inside the door, her aunt had a picture of Jesus hanging on the wall. When the little girl walked in, running scrappily, when she looked up, she said, Mama, that's the man, that's the man, yeah, come on, church. Do y'all want to have church a little while? Huh? I want all you church folks to get on your feet and clap your hand if you want to have church. Good God, man. Yeah, God. Oh, look at what a wonder the Lord has done in my life. And look at what a wonder the Lord has done in my life. Look at what a wonder the Lord has done in my life. You want to see what the Lord has done? Y'all know what? They done told me my time is out. But I want to say it one more time, if y'all don't mind. Oh, look at what a wonder the Lord has done in my life. Look at what a wonder the Lord has done in my life. Look at what a wonder the Lord has done in my life. You want to see what the Lord has done? What a wonder the Lord has done. want the Lord to work it. I want the Lord to work it. Want God to work it. I want the Lord to work it. I remember. I said, and I remember. Early one morning. Early one morning. The Lord worked it out. God worked it out. Now God ever worked it out. He worked it out in your life. If the Lord didn't work it out, let me see your hand. My good God Almighty. If God didn't work it out, let me see your hand. My good God Almighty. Oh, God. If the Lord would, have you ever tried it? Have you ever tried it? Have you ever tried it? He put clapping, put clapping in your hand. He put shouting.